free coffee from Poblana. Please grab some coffee. And hands up. From Poblana. We also have bananas and light snacks. And by light I mean bags of peanuts and nuts. So please help yourself. You're welcome to grab some. Maybe you plan to stay for the entire event. You should probably get some snacks. We will be starting our speaker portion soon. But please grab some flyers. We also have some pre-made signs, which I'm pointing with my leg. Feel free to grab them. After the speaking portion, we're all going to move onto the sidewalk off of Kalima right here, and we're going to stay on the sidewalk, okay? We're not going to be going into the streets, and you know how busy Kalima is, so just keep that in mind. Also, the restrooms are to my left. That beige building to my left, the restrooms are right there, so please feel free to use the restroom. Thank you so much.
It's all for folks never visited.
We need those. I'm trying to be all
Are you a bot? Are you a bot and even a real human restaurant?
literally. That should be our tag. This is pretty great. I wish I was. I know. It's gonna be fun.
MySpace. That was mine.
Have you looked at your old page? Like,
No.
you should do it.
You could put like your own background song.
And
Were you
like had a photo of
Yeah. We were the first coders.
Yeah. You had to like. Yeah, but it's time to do that, right? You know, like, open the code, go to where it says delete that.
Yeah.
Another color you want. And then you would be able to like. Yeah. Thank you. You should go look at it. Just go look. Yeah. Oh my God. I know. I had to check. I got it.
A little cringy video of your younger self.
I'll send you a screenshot of the profile. I think it has like those like. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God. Everybody will be back.
But then the song was like.
I'm ready. Ready?
Today's so funny. Oh, you two haven't met.
Test, test, test. Hi folks, welcome, welcome. If you don't have a sign, we have some pre-made signs under the canopy. Feel free to grab one. We also have blank poster paper and markers if you want to make a new one.
Nice hoodie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And we also have complimentary coffee from La Poblana. They're a local restaurant here to support us. Let's give them a hand. We need the coffee. It's Cafe de Olla too, so you gotta get a cup. Feel free to stop by our tables, get information. You want more information about data centers or battery energy storage systems? Grab a flyer, talk to some of our organizers. we have a lot of flyers, so feel free to grab some, canvass your neighborhood, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends and family. We also have bottled water, we have bagged nuts, and we have bananas. So please take some with you. We will be starting the program shortly, and then we will be moving on to the sidewalk for the protest portion. So it is a few hours, so please grab some snacks, grab some bananas. Eat some now. Stay hydrated. We don't want to give these officers here any work, okay? So please drink water, stay hydrated.
Oh, yeah. Are you still going there now? I'm Allie. I will be interviewing you today.
Oh,
I hope you're ready. I hope
From the
you're
Vote
ready.
Social.
okay, awesome. Sounds good. You look amazing. Oh, thank you. I love the red. You know, I usually like yoga pants, and I was like, I kind of is seeing. I love it. Most of the time you see me on my videos, you just like come in. Yeah. Look a little bit. This person.
That's good. That's when you're more energetic.
When you look at it, you feel good.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
you speak more clearly. Yeah.
Oh, the like guy who like is supposed to. Because people are like, are you gonna make public comment at some of the meetings? And I'm like, why would I make public? And they're like, you do all the videos, you talk to everybody. What do you mean you're not doing? I'm like, okay. It's odd. It's really odd. It's on the side. No, it's okay.
Feel it. And then you feel the heat, and then you're like,
Absolutely. So.
You're like, I do public comment every day.
on Instagram. Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's like over 10. You represent.
I know someone. Yeah. Oh, nice. Aw, that's cool.
Show up and support a mom.
The one thing I asked you for.
What time? Your generation.
Once again, we have plenty of bottled water and peanuts and nuts, snacks, bananas. Please grab some so I don't have to take them home. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, no.
phone was a pager. That's what we started with. And then we had a sidekick.
Technologied out.
They were so nice. My first time describe the brand, so I can't remember. There we go, the razor.
Okay. Now we're gonna pick this spot as the
Front row seats.
also like a shout out to
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Can you guys make your way this way? First, I want to thank everyone who showed up this morning. Well, first off, thank you, La Poblada, for bringing coffee. You know we need it. Thank you all for showing up. This is a very important issue across the SGV, so we're all on the same page. I want to thank the organizers, No Data Centers SGV, No Data Centers Monterey Park, PHCPA, which is also No Data Centers Pacific Mall, SGV Voices, and Avocado Vaqueros. And look, they're heading in on horses. So before we march out to the street, we're just going to have some speakers come in and talk about everything that we've been doing and how you can get involved, continue to get involved, and just kind of spread awareness about what we're up against and things like that. So the first organizer I'm going to bring up is from No Data Centers SGV and also SGV Progressive Action. Where's Andrew? He's already kind of spoke a little bit, but...
Hi, good morning. I just realized I made all those announcements today and I didn't even introduce myself. So, my name's Andrew. I was a resident of Hacienda Heights. My parents still live in Hacienda Heights. And now I live in Alhambra. And I organize with SGV Progressive Action. And we were actually notified of a data center project in Monterey Park. It was just in a council meeting agenda, and they happened to see it on the agenda. They asked us, hey, shouldn't this be a bigger deal? We're gonna approve a data center in Monterey Park. So we looked into it, and wow, they were going to build a 250,000 square foot data center in Monterey Park, which would be one of the largest data centers in the county. So we mobilized residents, we got people out, and as of last week or 2 weeks ago, the city passed an ordinance banning data centers. And there will be a ballot measure. So on top of the ordinance, there is the Measure NDC, no data centers. So we want people to vote yes on Measure NDC in Monterey Park, and this would be a voter-approved ban on all data centers in the city. So right now it would be the first in the state for Monterey Park to do this. So I want to do a shout out to No Data Center in Monterey Park, all the people here that showed up for solidarity. But because of that, some folks here in La Puente, Avocado Heights, Roland Heights, started looking into their own communities to see, well, if Monterey Park was going to build a data center, could this happen in our community? And of course, this parasite of a city of industry across the street, of course they would be welcoming data centers, of course, because this is not the first time this city of industry, this parasitic make-believe city, has decided to build things in their city that benefits them with community agreements. For example, the data centers and the BEST project that they were working on, they would receive $9 million in public or community benefit funds. Do our cities see that money? Do our communities see any of that money? No, we're here to receive the harm, to receive the impacts of their projects from the city of industry, but we receive nothing in return. In fact, when we show up to their council meetings, when we try to talk to them, what do? They cancel the meetings. They shut us out. They only let 49 or 59 people in while we all wait in the sun. They don't stream the meetings. They don't broadcast the meetings. They don't record the meetings. And they have the meetings on Thursdays at 9 a.m. Who can make it? Who works and can make a meeting in the save industry at 9 a.m. on a Thursday? They have set everything up so that we can't speak up. They don't want to listen to us. So that's why we're here. This is probably the first time we're getting all these communities to unite, come together in solidarity, and to work together, bring resources together, to tell the city of industry, if you don't listen to us, we're gonna bring our voices to you, whether it's across the street, whether it's talking to our state electeds, whether it's talking to our county electeds, Whether it's talking to our own city councils. So for example, if you live in Diamond Bar and Walnut, you should talk to those city council members that you have, because they have a city attorney, they have legal teams. Right now we have the Puente Hills Community Preservation Association. Okay. That has a secret lawsuit against the city. They're spending their own money to fight the city, to pause the project, to slow them down. Wow, these cities like Diamond Bar and Walnut, they have money. They have a city attorney, they have a legal team. Tell them, you need to take a look at this. You need to litigate if necessary. Because when the city of Industry wanted to bring an NFL stadium to the city, right next to Walnut, the city of Walnut sued the city of Industry. So there is precedent. They've done it before, and we need them to do it again. So please talk to those cities, talk to your friends and family that live in those cities. And for us that don't live in cities like Mason Heights, Rolling Heights, Avocado Heights, that are unincorporated, we need to put pressure on our county officials. So the county supervisor, Hilda Solis, brought a motion to study the impacts of data centers and possibly adopt a moratorium on data centers. But unfortunately, when they did talk about it, they brought all these experts, even though all these heads of apartments were speaking about data centers and how harmful they are, the Board of Supervisors did adopt a motion to do a study, but they struck out the moratorium piece. So they're not going to do a moratorium. So we need to put more pressure on our county electeds. And also, for the city of Industry, when they were first founded, they said they wanted to be another Vernon. How many of you have heard of what's going on in Vernon? They are actually building a hyperscale data center in the city of Vernon. And in fact, a few days ago, they got together and formed what they're calling the Big Four. City of Commerce, Industry, Santa Fe Springs, and Vernon. And their objective is to try to get as many warehouses, industrial businesses to move and build in their cities. And of course, they get the tax benefits, they get the community goods agreements. We get nothing. We don't even get to decide what they can and cannot build. Yet we live right across the street from many of these projects. The City of Industry was founded years ago to become another Vernon. Right now they have only 266 residents. Most of their housing is owned by the city. The city council members live in city housing. Many of the residents and staff live in housing provided by the city at below market rate, while the rest of us are struggling, right? This is a city that is a parasite. They suck and extract resources from surrounding communities, and they don't give us a single dime. When they build warehouses, when they build industrial complexes, all the pollution, all the freight traffic, all the trucks and the freight trains burning diesel coming in from the ports, those don't just stay in the City of Industry, right? They move through our streets, they move through our communities. Pollution doesn't stop at the border. Yet, on many of these projects, they only count what happens in the little building that they build. They don't count all the off-site pollution that it produces from Edison or natural gas. So that's why we're here today. We're sending a message. We're telling our local media to please cover this. Please investigate. This isn't the first time, and it won't be the only time that the City of Industry brings horrible, shitty projects that hurt and harm surrounding communities. And while they're doing that, actively prevents us from speaking up at the council meetings, at their meetings. So thank you for being here today. I've talked enough. Please grab some more flyers, talk to our organizers, And I think I'll be talking a little bit later after this anyway. So thank you all so much.
All right, so I told the other speakers they have to shorten their speech. All right, so next I'm going to bring up Steven with Monterey Park, and he's going to talk about the success they have had and a couple other things, right?
My name is Stephen J. Kung, and I'm a proud co-founder of No Data Center Monterey Park. 5 months ago, the residents of Monterey Park learned through an Instagram post that the city was going to approve the construction of LA County's largest data center, the size of 5 football fields, consuming more than twice the energy of the city. We did not stand for this. Within a week's notice, hundreds of residents packed the December 3rd City Council meeting. It was standing room only inside the city council chambers and the lobby. Longtime residents said they hadn't seen this type of civic engagement in generations.
That's right.
I was showing up en masse, forced the developer to delay their hearing, and this early victory ignited a movement and set off a chain of activism. As a result, on March 31st, HMC StratCap withdrew their application to build a data center. On April 20th, the city of Monterey Park became the first city in California to ban data centers. And on June 2nd, Monterey Park became the first city in the country to ban data centers by a ballot measure. What happened in Monterey Park happened because of people power. The community came together and we held a teach-in, met with elected officials, started a yard sign campaign, gave public comment till 1 a.m., interviewed with the press, threatened legal action, hired Doug Parsons to guide the legal work of our city council, fundraised to pay for Doug Parsons, started a ballot measure campaign, and canvassed. We spoke up and spread the word, and it made all the difference. Not only does it work in Monterey Park, it also works in Montebello, Monte, and Baldwin Park, all of whom have implemented data center moratoriums. But does it work in the city of industry? Are we able to leverage the power of the vote to hold our elected officials accountable? Well, City of Industry Manager Joshua Nelson says, we're not like Monterey Park. Our constituents are the businesses. Well, I have news for you, Josh. Businesses do not have the right to vote. They cannot go to the polls. They cannot vote you out of office. It seems to me that if you don't have any real constituents, then you don't deserve to be a real city.
Yeah. That's right.
And by all evidence, you are not a real city. You don't have any environmental regulations. You regularly violate the Brown Act by having secretive meetings to avoid accountability. In fact, your very incorporation was legally challenged by residents of La Puente, and the only reason you exist now is because you bought off one of the claimants. This is the City of Industry's criminal legacy, stretching back all the way to its founding by C.C. Stafford, a convicted rapist, and his son James, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for $750,000 in kickbacks. The City of Industry continues to steal from its neighbors by monopolizing the business strip along the 60. It has amassed a GDP of $31 billion, which is larger than the GDP of over 100 countries. This is revenue that should be going to the surrounding communities of color, including Hacienda Heights, Roland Heights, and South El Monte, and yes, I'm pointing out race because the whole situation reeks of environmental racism and colonization. The all-white City of Industry City Council keeps all that revenue while it leeches off our infrastructure and water, and now it wants to build BESS and data centers, which would pollute our air, poison our water, interrupt our sleep, lower our property values, and increase our electricity rates. Well, enough is enough. Will we stand for this?
No.
Since the City of Industry won't listen to us, we're taking them to court Thank you, Puente Hills Community Preservation Association, for filing a writ of mandate against the City of Industry, which will have to follow the law by conducting a full environmental impact report. We also need to take this fight to the state level. Right now, your state senator, Bob Archuleta, is pushing through SB 1274, which creates a category of city called industrial city, which is the first step in exempting themselves from environmental regulations such as CEQA. It gives them carte blanche to do whatever they want. Will we stand for this?
No.
This could pass the state assembly this week, so we need to stop this now. In the next few days, the No Data Centers Coalition will send you an email with a one-click template to send to your state representatives, urging them to oppose this legislation. The City of Industry cancels meetings and hinders us from getting public comment because they know that we, the people, have the power to stop their corruption. In fact, they have teamed up with the cities of Commerce, Santa Fe Springs, and Vernon to call themselves the Big Four in a race to the bottom to bring toxic industry to our neighborhoods. It is a super team of parasites. Now, as a professional writer, I think Big Four is a misnomer. Here are some more accurate names. The Cringe Four, the Trash Four, the Garbage Four, the Filthy Four. The Filthy Four better get ready because they are up against the entire San Gabriel Valley, made up of actual real cities. We stand together in solidarity and we will punish them. We will petition the state attorney general to intervene. We will audit and expose their books. We will compel the great state of California to revoke their city charters, unincorporate their cities, and feast upon the business revenue that is rightfully ours. Tell the city of industry that winter is coming.
Don't you just love his energy? He gets me fired up every time. Okay, so this next organization is very important because they are the ones who have brought the litigation towards the Gracie Best project in City of Industry. Now, a little bit of background, they are just regular folks, parents out here scraping coins together, okay, because legal lawsuits can be very expensive. They are funding this themselves. So I urge you, if you can, I don't care if it's $1, please donate because this is on behalf of all of us. So, with that being said, this is Edson with
Edson.
PHCPA.
Let's go, Edson!
Edson from, I can't even pronounce this right yet. So, Monterey Hills Community Preservation Association. We're short for PHCPA. So apparently today we're talking about our neighbors. I wrote a paragraph of what had happened in the past roughly 5 months. Everything has been moving really fast. So I'm just going to recite this and hopefully you can understand what this group or this entire group has been through the past 5 months. So January 27th at the City of Industry Planning Commission meeting. So there was this very first group of people plead before the city. So a battery storage project is to be built on Gale, right over there. So public comments made that day, so echoes here. So I heard, please, we beg of you, don't put this here. I heard, I live here. There are schools nearby. My kids go to schools here. Someone had to share their childhood memory. He recalled that they got a postcard in the mail. The project being built near their home. They worry about if there will be toxins in the air. So could pollution be a problem? So there are many who spoke out that day at the podium. They expressed plenty of concerns of environmental impacts, health issues, fire risk. It was a pretty emotional day that day. 16 days later, on February 12th, the pleas were made again. the City of Industry Council passed the project without delay, unanimously. Well, people continue to try to do public comments. Then again on March 12th, then again on the 26th, and still do today. Yeah, I get you. I know, you feel me. Yeah. Well, I hope your voice is getting heard. Because it certainly feels like our voice not getting heard. Right? So, we're not residents of the City of Industry. We live in Santa Heights, we live in Roland Heights, we live in Avocado Heights. We're in the unincorporated. While the county couldn't really engage in neighboring business, and yet City of Industry do make decisions affects you and I every day. So this 9-acre Marici battery facility, it will be built on Gale. Nope. Yes, that facility is in City of Industry, but it's just across the street from us. So how will it impact us for the next 35 years? Are they going to build more? Maybe. What else are they going to build? Don't know. So at this point, we believe the proper channel to petition is to rely on the judicial system. Now, PHCPA has filed a CEQA lawsuit against City of Industry and the Marici project. Yes, we know lawsuits are stressful and could be costly, and we're not superhuman. We're just local residents, moms, fathers. We all do all 9 to 5, we have paycheck home. Yeah, we filed this lawsuit because we believe that everybody here cares. And we filed this lawsuit to request a full environmental impact report. So if you believe in the judicial system, so if you want to make your voice be heard, if you are willing to take on this responsibility with us, so please scan that QR code over there and click donate. So we thank you for your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Edson. A reminder, they're fighting for our children's future. My son is 19, my daughter is 12, and I'm thinking, what are they going to inherit? So that's why we're out here. We're fighting for the next generation also. So next, I'm going to bring up Brian with S for Change.
Thank you, Fal, and thank you everyone for being out here. My name is Brian Calderon Tabatabay. I am the chair of SG Voices for Change. I'm also the former mayor of the city of West Covina. And as I was listening to the speakers, I teach ethnic studies in the city of El Monte. And as I'm standing here, I don't know if you can hear that hum. You just listen. You can hear that 60 freeway. And when I think of that 60 freeway and I think about that East LA interchange, I think about the policies that legislators made to put those freeways, put that infrastructure they said we needed through our communities, breaking up families, separating generations of people. And we had to carry the burden of the cancers, the burdens of the disease. They mentioned Vernon. They didn't mention Exide, the battery recycler that has poisoned our communities, that have caused cancers and the deaths of grandparents, deaths of cousins and nephews. And when I think of Puente Hills, I think of the Puente Hills landfill. I think about all the death that we've had to endure, the generation of folks who fought to close that down. And eventually we have closed that down. And it's going to be a beautiful regional park. But why did we have to pay with the lives of our families? Why did we have to endure what they said was advancement? And here we are again, here in Puente Hills. And we have this opportunity. You know, when they say community benefit, you know what will benefit this community? Housing will benefit this community. More green space will benefit this community, right? Businesses that actually create jobs for us will benefit this community. It shouldn't take generations of our families to die of the cancers and the diseases that these data centers are going to produce. And if you ask yourself, well, why? Why now? Why do we need all these data centers? Well, because to understand AI is to understand that the only way AI will be profitable is if it scales. If it makes it so that we need to rely on AI, that it's in our hands, it's in our phones, and that it isolates us. So it keeps us from community, so we no longer have solidarity. And that's why they need these data centers. They don't need these data centers to make our lives better. They don't need these data centers to solve cancer. They don't need these data centers to solve those mathematical problems that they've been trying to solve for generations. No, these data centers are so they can get us on our phones, so they can get us staring at a screen, so they can get us away from each other. And so in Covina, we are currently fighting a BESS that they're trying to put there that will eventually lead to a data center in West Covina on Badillo Avenue. And so that's why we're here. We're running a slate of candidates in Covina to flip that city council and to get a ban on data centers, a ban on BESS. Eventually, we're going to continue to push our county board members so we can get that ban in LA County. Because these data centers do not need to be in our communities because the lives of our ancestors have already been paid. And we say no more to that. So, to close, a ban on data centers now and always, every day, abolish and fuck ICE.
Jeff, he's going to come on up. He is a resident of Hacienda Heights. So it's nice to hear from all of you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Fab. Good morning. My name is Jeff. I'm an intensely private person. So the fact that I'm standing here speaking publicly should really illustrate how dire the situation is. I'm a resident of Hacienda Heights, second-generation immigrant. My parents bought their first home in Hacienda Heights. And I am proud to raise my 2 children here as well. As a former real estate developer, I know exactly what responsible development looks like. And I know exactly what community exploitation looks like. We are watching the city of industry attempt to build a ticking time bomb right in our backyard. And they are counting on your apathy to get away with it. They want us to feel helpless. They want betting on us to be silent while they sign away our safety. Let me give you the unfiltered reality of what they are trying to put next to our homes. Battery energy storage systems are notorious for catastrophic failures known as thermal runaway. When these massive lithium-ion batteries burn, they don't just burn, they release massive clouds of lethal, corrosive vapor. A thermal runaway event can produce thousands of pounds of hydrogen fluoride gas in minutes, a toxin that causes severe lung damage and heart failure. In 2019, a BESS facility in Arizona exploded, hospitalizing multiple first responders, blowing one 75 feet in the air, closer to home, and Moss Landing in Monterey County. A BESS incident led to a 24-hour evacuation of 1,200 residents. Who was watching over them?
No one.
They want to build this habit right next to our home. And for what? And for what? A data center. Do you know what these data centers require to prevent the servers from melting down?
Water.
Water. Millions of gallons of water daily. the amount of which can sustain 50,000 residents daily. We are constantly asked, as residents of Southern California, to be aware of the drought, to conserve, to ration. And what? The city of industry expects us to sacrifice our critical water to cool down their servers? This is not a NIMBY issue. This is about survival. This is about a neighboring city showing reckless, wanton disregard for our health and safety. Are we supposed to sit idly by while they trade our future for their economic gain? No! The PHCPA is not naive. They know what they're doing is hard. They know it's a Herculean task. But that anger, that absolute refusal to be collateral damage, sprung 3 residents, 3 parents into action.
Yes.
They stood up and they said no. So the real question is, why is it up to self-funded residents to hold a neighboring city accountable? Hacienda Heights and Roland Heights are unincorporated cities. We don't have a city council to protect us. The LA County Board of Supervisors is our city, is our government. So I'm asking right now, where is Supervisor Solis? Why are 3 parents in the community emptying their pockets to sue the city of industry when the county of Los Angeles has the legal standing and the resources to protect us? Where is Bob Archuleta and Lisa Calderon while a neighboring city tries to exploit California's energy and water infrastructure at the expense of our safety? Hacienda Heights is an immigrant community. We came to America for a voice, and we demand our representatives do their jobs. Right then, send this clip to them. We demand their official, public opposition to the Marici Best project and any data centers in Puente Hills. If they stay silent, we will vote them out. We will only support those who stand with us. I here urge everyone to join the PHCPA. They need volunteers and they need funding. They are taking on a Goliath for all of us. Open your wallets. Support the people fighting on our behalf. No amount is too small. This is a midterm year. It is time. We unite. We band together. We vote past party lines. Vote past cultural differences and remind every single candidate for public office that their power comes from the people. The people are furious.
Just a couple more speakers, but I want to echo his sentiment, which is vote them out.
Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out!
Vote them out! I think they have forgotten who they work for. We don't work for them. They work for us. And guess what? They suck at their job. And we are all tired, and that is why we are here right now. Everyone works hard. We're all struggling to pay bills. While all of them make lots of money and look down on us, I don't think so. The time is changing. Vote them out.
Vote them out.
All right. Our next speaker is going to be Leanna with PSL, and that is the Party for Socialism and Liberation.
PSL.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Liana. I grew up in the San Gabriel Valley. I coach at West Covina High School, and I am an environmental engineer working at LA County Sanitation Districts. I work in our source control section, in our industrial waste section, which basically means that we regulate what can and cannot go into the sewer. So, protecting public health, protecting the environment, protecting people and planet is important to me. And you would think that it would also be important to all agencies, to all public offices, to all companies and organizations. I'm here, first and foremost, speaking on behalf of PSL. That stands for Party of Socialism and Liberation. Yep. Thank you. An organization that has fought alongside the Clean Air Coalition to shut down the serial polluter Cometco that has dumped arsenic and lead into our San Gabriel Valley riverways and environment for generations. My goal, the goal of the PSL, and I'm willing to bet your goal, is to protect the community from those who would gladly sacrifice our well-being to make a profit. So, today more than ever, I should mention that tech CEOs and corporations are aggressively pushing data centers into communities across the U.S. to win the war, or the race for AI dominance. Their goal is to expand the infrastructure behind generative AI and increase profits by automating jobs away. Shame. I can describe to you what looks like for you and for many communities across the U.S., and you tell me if it's something that you want. For many communities, this future sounds like roaring turbines in Memphis. Is that what we want in SGV? No! It looks like non-stop construction near homes in Port Washington. Is that something we want in SGV? No! It feels like wells running dry in Newton. Is that what we want for our future? No! And it smells like natural gas emissions in rural Missouri. Is that what we want in SGV? No! In the hands of a few billionaires, data centers and AI often mean job loss, massive water usage, higher electricity costs, and more CO2 emissions. Is that something we want in SGV? No! All in the name of profit. But resistance is growing across the nation. We are not alone here in SGV. Across the country, people are organizing at town halls, signing petitions, and pushing new laws to stop data centers and to shape technologies in ways that serve workers. This pushback has not only helped delay or cancel nearly half of the planned U.S. data centers for 2026, it's growing. This movement, the movement to stop AI data centers from being built, is a people's movement. City councils and local governments were forced to act on this issue across the United States, not out of the goodness of their hearts, but because, like here in SGV in Monterey Park, they were forced to listen because of the organization of community leaders and because the outrage coming from the community was too loud to ignore. This movement is working, and it's because of people power. We understand that every data center struggle is unique, but one thing is certain. When the multinational working people of the U.S. stand up, we cannot be defeated. Yeah. We have immense capacity to innovate politically, and we cannot be silenced. From Port Washington to Landover, from Monterey Park and La Puente, resentment is boiling over, not only for data centers, but also against complicit local utility monopolies.
Yes. Southern California Edison.
Across the country, a new demand is taking shape: popular control of AI. Our communities can't afford to wait for the midterms or fall for false promises from corporate politicians like those of Democratic Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, who recently said, should the Democrats win back power majority in November, controlling AI data centers will be a priority. That should be the priority. The grassroots struggle and wins across the country show that the real way to protect our communities is with people power, not empty words from the same politicians who created this crisis in the first place. Yeah. That's right. When it comes to data centers, the political power should be in the people's hands, not the tech billionaires and not corporate politicians who will sacrifice workers, the environment, and distort our future to line their pockets. Yep. A socialist system would put workers in control of technologies of production like AI and would allow us to plan the economy to benefit the people and the planet. A better system exists. The goal of the PSL is to put power into the hands of the working class, to make clear that our health, our safety, our environment, and the well-being of ourselves and future generation is not for sale. And it is something that will certainly not be sacrificed so the billionaires can make a profit. I urge you to keep up this fight. When we say no data centers, when we say no battery systems, we mean it. And we will hold ourselves to that statement and to that demand. The fight to transform our system into one that prioritizes people over profit does not end here. We will continue to organize our neighborhoods, and we will continue to expand this fight. We aren't going anywhere, and we are in this fight for the long run. Please find myself or one of my fellow PSL organizers or volunteers if you would like more information about our organization or more information about how we're planning to put socialism on the ballot during the upcoming primaries on June 2nd. We absolutely acknowledge that elected officials will not save us. But as it stands clear here today, it absolutely does matter who holds public office. It absolutely matters when that person is part of the community and a fellow community leader like yourselves today. Thank you so much for your time. I urge you, if it's not PSL, please join an organization. We are stronger together. We do not have to fight this fight alone. Thank you, and all power to the people.
Yes, power to the people. Okay, I promised a couple more speakers. You guys are riled up, you guys are amped up, you guys are ready to get out there. Okay, so I have Brandon here with Roland Heights Community Coordinating Council. And Roland Heights is my city, so... Roland!
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. First of all, I just want to say you guys look beautiful. There are so many people here. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for showing up. Like they said, my name is Brandon Macias. I'm the Vice President of the Roland Heights Community Coordinating Council. We are proud to be in solidarity with the coalition to oppose this data center that will be coming to our community and that we are going to do everything we can to stop. These data centers, by no means, make no mistake, we are fighting. Oh, there we go. We are fighting moneyed interests. We are fighting investors that can't even find Roland Heights on a map. Do we want that? Do we want these investors to have more say in our community than the people who live here? No, we don't. It's important for you to come out to these meetings. We had a meeting in March with over 650 residents. How many people here are from Hacienda Heights? Raise your hands. That's right, let's make some noise for Hacienda Heights. How many are from Roland Heights? Or the north side. Right here. That's right. We are proud to support the entire San Gabriel Valley because this will not be the last stop for these data centers, for these battery energy storage systems. We see them in Covina, we saw them in Monterey Park. They want to build it in our back doors. We have to say, fuck no! So like they said today, we gotta vote them out. 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 Now, I went over there to the Board of Supervisors to tell them that I support the moratorium, that the Roland Council supports the moratorium, that the community supports the moratorium, a ban on data centers in unincorporated county. And guess what they did? They took it out, and they didn't vote on it. Are we happy about that? No! Are we going to hold them accountable? Yes! Are we going to show up? Yes! Are we going to vote in November and June and make sure our elected officials know whose community this is? Yes! Yes! So I implore you, come out to your local meetings. Go to your city councils. For those of you that are from an incorporated community, a city, please go talk to your city council. Make sure they pass a resolution condemning this project as hazardous and that they pass a moratorium within their city. For those of you like me who live in unincorporated county, make sure you hold the Board of Supervisors accountable. Make sure you come to community meetings. Our sister organization at Hacienda Heights, the HHIA, has been condemning the data center over here in Pinnacle Mall, and the best. We are doing the same thing here, and we want you to show up to whatever community meeting is talking about it. Public Works, Planning, they're coming to our meeting next month, this month on the 11th. And they're talking about bringing BES. And they're talking about zoning for BES in residential neighborhoods. We have to say no. We have to say that I don't want a poison center near my school. I don't want a poison center across the street from my house of worship. I don't want a poison center near my home. Do we all agree with that? Does anyone here want a BES here? No. So we have to show up. The Rolling Council is backing you. I want you guys to join us, be part of the movement, join our board, help us fight against these moneyed interests and these corporations, BlackRock, Blackstone, that are bringing their billions here and taking away our water, our power, and our right to a life of dignity. Thank you very much.
The list is growing of speakers, guys. Sorry. Okay, next we have Teresa, who is the president of Together Against Crime Foundation.
Thank you all. I have to say that TACF is for the public safety. And obviously we started off when we have the crime issues. Now, this is criminal. This is criminal what they're putting in. And I have to say that on behalf of TACF, obviously I know that everybody is diving into their resources. I know certain people, they're filing lawsuits. People here, we're demonstrating, we're showing our power. But at the same time, we really have to be focused. As you know, that you guys went to the supervisor's office and basically they're trying to put it under the rug. And obviously, we also know that City of Industry is very, very wealthy. So you never know that what kind of asset that they have already invested in those politicians. So we really need them to be really clear on whether or not if they are in City of Industry's pocket. Because if they are in City of Industry's pocket, they're not honest, they're not faithful to us. So the election is coming up. And I have to say that obviously I am elected as well, but my position is very clear. We have to make that definition. We're all for the people. We serve the people. Yep. And so therefore, I see that you guys have the name sign up. Please sign your name, and then at some time we are going to get a round table. Get the elected here. We need to hear from them, what's their position and what they're going to do about data center and also the large facility for the batteries. Because this is not going anywhere by shoving us down or putting us, like locking their door. It's not fair because we elected them to that position and they have the obligation to us. Not even just one person was able to approach them. So that's really, I tell you, they have neglected their availability to all. So please sign the petition, and then we're going to be gathering, and of course with enough petition, and especially this year being an election year, let's see what they're voting for, what we're going to be voting for. Okay, so really, seriously, gather up resources, and when we have the roundtable time, location, we'll make that announcement. Thank you so much.
All right, I have David from La Puente City Council. Now, if you know where La Puente is, they are neighbors to City of Industry. Are they like a good neighbor? State Farm is there? Sometimes? Okay, and he also sits on the LP Water Board. So these are the kinds of officials we need to be talking to also to stand up with us. So David, thank you for your bravery.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is David Argudo, and
Thank you.
Hello. Yeah. All right. Like I said, my name is David Argudo. I'm a council member in the city of La Puente. I've been a local elected official for over 14 years. But I'm also one of the few elected officials who also sits on a water board. I'm a water board elected official. It's been a little controversial, but in my 6-year tenure, I've learned a lot of our contaminated waters, our lack of resources with water, and these data centers consume a lot of water. They also consume a lot of energy, and everybody here, I'm sure, understands the impacts that it has. So one of the things that really needs to happen is we need to vote the right people in, the ones that share the same common vision. So your vote is very important from this primary election and in November as well. So I encourage you to come out and vote. Data centers are not going to go away, but they do not belong in the San Gabriel Valley. They do not belong in the San Gabriel Valley. The reason they don't belong is for many issues. The shortage of water, the consumption of energy. They say, oh, we have power plants, but those power plants produce pollutants. So that's the consequences that we get, and we live around this stuff. If the battery storage plants catch on fire, who's going to inhale that within the 10-mile radius? How long is it going to burn for? Weeks? Why are we putting it in the middle of the San Gabriel Valley? Why are we putting it surrounding Rowland Heights, Diamond Bar, Walnut, West Covina, La Fuente? It does not belong here. One of the things that I'm very disappointed with the board is that the LA County supervisors did a watered down study. They're doing a study. Do you realize that they have the power to declare an emergency moratorium?
Yes, they do.
They do.
And it goes county-wide. And then they could study this and place it in the right places if we can find a spot. But I don't think in the San Gabriel Valley we have a home for it though.
No, we don't.
You guys think we have a home for it?
No!
Thank you. So that is one of the reasons why, as an elected official today, I'm here to voice my opinion. And I've been working on this with many other people. And I want to say kudos to Sam Brown. He's been one of the guys that we spent endless hours at night having conversations on many topics. But thank you for the good work he does. I want to recognize also a council member from City of Diamond Bar. Thank you for being here. We do have, among us, we do have some electeds here to support, but we're a few. So we need you guys to come out and vote, and that's why I am also running for LA County Supervisor District 1 to represent you guys. So I hope that I can get your support come election day. Thank you.
Yes. Can you hear me? All right, there we go. I want to bring Adriana Quiñones up. She is from the Hacienda La Puente Unified School District Board. And about a month ago, you guys passed a resolution to oppose data centers. And this is the kind of stand-up we need. We need our school districts. We also had Roland stand up and say something. If you are part of West Covina, you need to get on your school board's behind. Okay, so they can also adopt a resolution as well. Yes, Walnut. I have emailed Walnut. They have not responded, so we'll see.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Are you guys ready for a big fight? I have been ready for a long time. I have been an advocate for this community against Chemicals. For some of you that don't know, we have a battery recycling company in our backyard, and some of us have faced the death of our family members due to the contamination of this company. But City of Industry has not been a good neighbor. So what are we going to do about it? Are we going to remain silent, or are we going to be fighting?
Never.
I urge each one of you to start writing letters, writing emails, making phone calls, knock on doors, because that's what it will take to make a change. We can no longer remain silent. Our family members are being affected by all this. Quemeco alone is affecting us. We have 4 schools close by to the Puente Hills Mall. We are not going to let this data center be built here. But we need everyone to put pressure on elected officials. I think it's important for us to start calling Barbara Chuleta, Lisa Calderon, Supervisor Solis, and also show up and vote. That's going to be important. I think that, the quiet at San Gabriel Valley is no longer here. We are ready to demand that no company here should be polluting our communities. Enough is enough. Are you ready for a big fight?
Okay, I promise there's 2 more people. Are you guys okay? Yeah! Where's that energy? Let's go. No data centers. Okay, I have a resident here. Her name is Marion Lowe, and she is the former Monterey Park Culture Commission president. Let's go. And I met her this week. She's awesome.
Hello, my dear friends, my neighbors. Okay, as you what should we do? Say yes or no to Bastion Data Center? Yes or no?
No! Heck
Can
no!
we be silent?
No!
Can we be the victim?
No!
So, if we want to have our future, then let's work together. Let's get together.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, may I speak a little bit Mandarin?
Yes.
Go ahead.
OK， ¿Cómo está usted？ 午安，各位好。好，我们今天集合的目的，就是因为有一个非常对我们的社区、对我们的未来、对我们的健康，那是一个高风险、高危险度，而且对我们将来的房价、对我们未来的子孙都有害的一个 project， 那就是建立了数据中心在我们的旁边的 La Plante Mall， 可想而知它的危害有多大，所以我们华人必须要集合在一起。No shoplifting, no more. Now, no bus, no data center, right? So let's get together. We will be the winner. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I have a resident from La Puente, nearly 60 years, and he has been going up against City of Industry for at least 35 of those years. So I would consider him an OG grassroots organizer, Manuel.
Good morning. Good morning. Buenos días para todos los que hablan español. I've been a resident of La Puente. I'm a graduate of La Puente High School class of 72. I've been organizing in La Puente for probably more than 35 years against Quemeco, what used to be Quemeco, now is Ecoban. I had a niece who passed away of cancer, and they were not able to determine what type of cancer, and it came from the contamination coming from Ecoban or Quemeco. As you probably know, or those of you who do not know, City of Industry is a very corrupt city. They've been passing their power from generations to generations. The current council are relatives of the first generation of politicians from City of Industry, and they don't want to have any housing, affordable housing, even though they have a lot of blighted areas of vacant land that they can pretty well develop affordable housing for people in need. But they've refused, and the politicians have refused to force City of Industry to build housing, affordable housing for needy families. Now, the reason why is because government of City of Industry has been given large amounts of money to the politicians who are in power. Hilda Solis, Archuleta, Calderon, who also Calderon, as you know, was the former spouse of the corrupt Calderon who was incarcerated. But anyways, and her stepson was the former city council. So they just passed the power among each other. This coming election is very important for all of us. We need to oust this corrupt City of Industry, well, not City of Industry, but your city government. Most importantly, Hilda Solis. I grew up with Hilda Solis. Hilda Solis went to school when I went to school. She was an underclass person. But she has not ever done anything in favor of our community. And we've spoken against Hilda Solis. That's why we have not supported Hilda Solis in at least the last 3 or 4 elections. So we need to come out and vote, make sure your family members vote, and make sure they oust this corrupt government. And we have the power because we have the votes. So please, people, if you have neighbors, if you have anyone, we'll be out doing voter registration, and we'll also be helping people to fill out their absentee voter ballots in the city of La Puente from now until the voting date. Thank you again, and I hope you bring your power out on the day of election. Thank you.
Okay, this is the last speaker.
You promise?
Yes. And if it wasn't for this gentleman coming to do a teach-in at the Roland Heights Community Coordinating Council, I would just be looking at Instagram saying, they're going to be building something at the mall, possibly. I wouldn't know as many of these things as I do. I jumped headfirst in after he gave me a call and said, who are you? What do you do? I said, I'm just a mom, a business owner, and I just want to protect our community. And this guy's name is Sam Brown. Come on up, Sam.
Thank you, thank you. I just want to give a shout out that none of us would be here right now if it wasn't for the efforts of the valiant people of Monterey Park, everybody. Monterey Park set the standard. They came in at the 9th inning, right? They did a Hail Mary on that one. I don't know how they did it. They turned that thing around. That thing they were gonna lose that thing. If anybody has fought any type of development project, infrastructure, urban infrastructure, even luxury development projects, it is so hard. It's 10 times harder to build a park than it is to build these warehouses that dot our landscape, right? And Monterey Park came in and they hit that ball out of the park. So shout out to everybody from Monterey Park. And not only did they turn things around in Monterey Park, and they're going to seal the deal with the election, yes, on Measure NDC. Make sure you tell all your friends that live there to vote yes. NDC, no data center. Not only did they do that, as if that wasn't enough. Hello?
I think his mic went out.
Okay. As if that wasn't enough, as if they weren't tired, they came and started organizing with us in the San Gabriel Valley, in Avocado Heights. They started organizing with us to take on City of Industry. And so that deserves a round of applause. The second people I want to shout out is the people of Roland Heights, because the Roland Heights Community Coordinating Council invited me to speak, and there was 800 people there, right? And because of the people in Roland Heights, we are here today, and we have grown substantially stronger. So I just want to give a shout out to the people of Roland Heights. And I just want to shout out the people of Avocado Heights who've been fighting Comeco, Ecobat, they've been fighting displacement. Bassett, that's where I come from. And my journey here today, I came on a horse. And let me tell you, there was nothing natural about that journey here. We had to cross railroads, we had to cross a lime manufacturing company, we had to cross the freeway, we had to cross the large, modality system. And it was so intense. I don't know if you guys noticed, but my horse was in anguish when it got here, because it should be frolicking with its friends in Avocado Heights. It should be roaming free. This park where we're at today was built by equestrians from Roland Heights and Hacienda Heights. Peter F. Shabaram was a very famous equestrian who built a lot of the equestrian trails that we have. And those trails, City of Industry was supposed to finance to make sure we had interconnectivity all the way to Monterey Park, all the way to the Puente Hills, all the way to the San Gabriel Mountains, all the way to the ocean. Because this is all one ecosystem, right? And we can still have our residences and be in harmony with the nature, right? Our water has to come from somewhere, right? 80% of our drinking water comes from the San Gabriel Mountains. But right now, that drinking water is at risk because of decisions being made behind closed doors, right? How much does it cost to build one data center? It costs $1 billion. $1 billion, 100 megawatt data center. There's only one class of people I can think of that have that type of money. And it's not us, right? You're talking about BlackRock and Blackstone, right? Those people are building this. Oracle just laid off 18% of their staff, of their employees, so they could save $10 billion. So they could save $10 billion and reinvest it into $100 billion of data center infrastructure, right? And to everybody that's here, this is not a blue state or red state thing. Everywhere across the United States, people are coming together and they're saying, enough. In Spanish, ya basta, right? We have to draw a line in the sand because if we don't, it's gonna get worse. You don't build one data center, you build a cluster of data centers. Their profit model relies on them operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then to be able to build the infrastructure, you need the battery energy storage system. But before you can build the battery energy storage system, which the state of California has determined they were going to lock in the profit margins for the developers that go ahead and build the battery energy storage system. You have to change the zoning, right? So unlike Monterey Park, we caught this at the zoning level in City of Industry. But it's not the same. It's not the same, right? Because zoning fights in City of Industry are totally different than the way they are over here. Zoning fights there, they give you 24 hours notice. No translators. They don't have any of the material, right? They don't offer you the full administrative record. They kick you out if you talk off topic, right? In City of Industry, you have an all-white city council when the demographics of our community are much more different. In City Council, in City of Industry, they've only had 2 elections in the last 25 years, right? They have 250 people that live there, and half of them live in a convalescent home, right? And I just want to remind people, because this whole issue of the big four of City of Industry with Vernon and Santa Fe Springs and Commerce, this trade association that they created, right? Vernon was under investigation, at risk of being dismantled in 2010. John Perez, who was the Assembly Speaker, or was in the Assembly at the time, he came in and he says, we're gonna dismantle Vernon because it only had 111 residents at the time, and because it had very similar characteristics and features as City of Industry, which is not a coincidence because City of Industry was created on the premise that they were gonna build a Vernon here, right? And all you have to do is ask the people in the surrounding communities of Vernon how that went for them. Exide, anybody? You remember that? The lead battery smelter? $750 million to clean up the lead battery smelter that they closed in 2010, right? And they were only shut down because of threats of criminal prosecution. And there was criminal prosecutions of the council members in City of Vernon, right? But there hasn't been the same investigations from our Attorney General, from the civil grand jury here in City of Industry. And I have to ask ourselves, we have to ask ourselves, why? because there's nothing about that city that is kosher. There's nothing that's legal. They violate the Brown Act every single meeting. They do not even list public comment right there. They intentionally try to force us not to participate. And when you are trying to do that, that's because of one thing. You're trying to hide something. Because you're making decisions with the developers and not with the community. But the pollution doesn't stay in City of Industry. It goes everywhere else. And we're the ones dealing with the pollution burden. And we're not seeing any of the financial investment in our communities. Where are the community centers? Where is the greenways and the parks? Where's the commercial shopping center? This mall right here, housing, yes. This mall would be a great place to do housing. But they will never build the housing because they want to tightly control that city, right? And that city is run by two corporations, by Majestic Realty, which is Ed Roski, who's worth $9 billion, and by Valley Vista Services, the trash company, the Perez family. The Valley Vista company got, according to an audit, $324 million for work that was probably not completed over 22 years. If you gave me that much money, I would be making some business moves right now. But that's not my line of business. I'm a community organizer. And the only way we're gonna win, I refuse to believe when people ask, can you really influence this? Absolutely. Yes. History is made up of examples where sometimes David beat Goliath. But in order to do that, it means that everybody that's here has to think like a community organizer. And we've been doing these presentations. We did it at Roland Heights. We've been doing it in different venues. But we would love to go to your HOA. We would love to go to a PTA. We would love to go to a neighborhood watch or whatever community group you have, you know, a Kiwanis. We can come and help deliver this presentation. But the job doesn't end there. Because once we do that, we're going to ask you to learn the presentation and to go out into the community and to share the message. There is a strategy here. And that strategy requires that we make as much noise at every single juncture possible. City of Industry, as much as they like to believe that they're private fiefdoms hiding behind the palace at the Expo Center, which is a former landfill, and which they're still drilling for oil there. Even though they like to pretend it's a private fiefdom, it's not. Because we are the community, we are the power, and we can set the policy. The policy doesn't come from the businesses. It comes from the communities that are most impacted. And in this case, every single one of us is impacted by these decisions. And not only us, our children, and our children's children, the future generations. I don't think I need to stress this enough, but this land was indigenous. It was native. And
Sure was.
And the original environmental stewards was the indigenous communities that came before us. And they took good care of this land. And so if I could just leave a departing message, is there's been a lot of damage to this community because of City of Industry. But I love this community. People in Roland Heights, and Diamond Bar, Walnut, Avocado Heights, La Puente Belinda, South San Jose Hills, Baldwin Park, right? I love everybody here because we are resilient. We bounce back. Right? And when you get a tough challenge in front of you, right? We saw this with the Altadena fire, how the community came together. We saw it during Black Lives Matter, how the community came together, mobilized, and said, no, enough. We're gonna keep doing that. So let's do it, let's stay united. We have to come together. There's no path to success that doesn't require that every single one of us works together. And so on that note, let's be united.
Some safety tips. We're going to start mobilizing and going over to the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, it's Andrew again. That's the end of the program. So we're gonna start heading over to the sidewalk. Everybody stay on the sidewalk, okay? So do not go in the streets. Don't even step off the curb. This is for your own safety. If you live in the area, you know Colima, these drivers, that could be us too. We are drivers, some of us. You know, sometimes we don't notice things. So stay on the sidewalk, wave your signs, make sure that people know why we're here today, because a lot of people don't, okay? So watch for cars, walk over to the sidewalk. We're gonna stay on the sidewalk on the south side of Colima, so don't cross over to the Puente Hills Mall or the gas station. There's a lot of driveways, lots of cars going in and out. Stay on the south side. You can even go as far as the 85-degree bakery over there and be on that sidewalk, because that's where a lot of cars are stopped at the intersection. Okay, so please watch your children, okay? Watch each other, we keep each other safe. Don't step into the street, stay on the sidewalk. You can see we have a lot of sheriff's deputies here. They will remind you if I don't. So please just remind each other, stay on the sidewalk. Also, grab bananas, grab water, so I don't have to take it home. Please grab some, as I have to take that back home, and my wife won't like that. Please grab bananas, grab water. Sorry, I got the baby waters. It was early in the morning. My bad. Grab a few baby waters, and please recycle if you can. And also, please use the restrooms. We'll keep the tables up here if you need to grab more bananas or snacks. But please grab water, grab bananas, grab peanuts, nuts, and we'll see you on the sidewalk. Thank you. Also, we have some big banners. If you don't have a sign and would like to volunteer to hold up some of our banners, please let me know. I'm right here, and we have some nice banners we want to hold up that are really big and people in cars can see, but we need volunteers to hold them up. Come on down, we have a few banners. Come on down.
You'll be in all the photos. Volunteer? We need one more though. Alright.
Testing. We need one more volunteer for this banner. This is our prize banner. It tells industry how much they suck. So if you want to be that person, come on down. Oh, we got two right here. Yeah, and feel free to grab more people. You're going to want to switch off too. Okay. All right, we have two more banners. If we have any more volunteers.
There you go. The organizer of Rising Shine, I'm an indivisible member, and we're having a protest today on No Data Center, so I'm going on.
We need more volunteers for the big banner. Anybody else would like to hold up a big banner? Yes, this one specifically is No Data Center, No Best in Chinese. Do we have any volunteers to hold up this banner? We need volunteers. Any volunteers to hold up this banner?
We need a volunteer to help us hold this banner.
I'll give you bananas. I'll give you peanuts. Okay. And feel free to ask other people to. Do we have any more volunteers for banners? Moving for the sidewalk now. Alright folks, start moving towards the sidewalk if you can, so they're not alone out there. Watch out for traffic.
centers up our streets, no justice, no peace. Data centers up our streets, no justice, no peace. Come on, y'all. Data centers up our streets, no justice, no peace. Data centers up our streets, no justice, no peace. Data centers up our streets, no justice, no peace. Data centers up our streets, no justice, no peace. Data centers up our streets, no justice, no peace. Data centers up our
A little bit.
Sí, claro. Deja y yo lo pongo ahorita. Hay que entrar por el lado. Por el lado. Pues quedo ahorita yo. Ya, yo lo puedo poner. No, es que fue larga el viaje. Y no está cansado, pero les gusta como ya como que desahogarse después de un viaje largo y que ellos andan así. Pero es que también hay que darles caricia. Yes. Grab the horse. Yeah. Tengo el sombrero de atrás. ¿Se va a meter ese cobarde? ¿Ya? Ahorita Pues hoy hubo una manifestación aquí en Monterey Park con varias diferentes. So, we got y pues básicamente estamos formando.
Yes, well, of course that makes sense, but the planning commission for the battery storage facilities, no, they were there to show a presence. That's what they were there for. No, maybe they were a little short here.
You throw your own and grab your hand. Now throw yourself, throw your leg over. There you go. Now get hold. Wow. There you go. He's eating. Here, so she can take the photo. Okay, there you go. You go take the photo. You ready? You gonna hold it? Okay. No se va, no se va. You won't have another opportunity like this one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, now the same way. Put your foot in here. There you go. Now throw your leg out. The other leg. There you go. See?
Very cool. Thank you so much.
Alright.
Can I pet the dog?
Yeah, you sure. She's really mellow. She's very mellow. They're both very mellow.
Thank you so much. That's cool.
Yeah, there's a ranch in Avocado Heights. From time to time. From time to time.
Thank you so much.
Is the ranch open? Is it private ranch? The one that
Is it like the whole?
Did you see the horsey?
Of course, it was on the horse.
He loved it, huh?
Look at him watching.
They're huge. You know, I never seen them so up close before. It's been years since I seen them. No, I rode a little mule. They're not that big. These are healthy horses.
Storage facilities that are contaminated, that will be contaminated the communities that are increasing especially now with imposed taxes and everything that is doing as you see bills really that are opposing to a lot of the things that are going on because air that we breathe, and the development of the communities. One of my nieces is stepping out of the age of 5. Connected or now equal. Because we live in the proximity of the yes, yes. Elementary schools, there's children, there's so to me it's very important. It's a good part of their life in the country that they don't live in a high-consumer area and that affordable areas of education has to be aligned with the way they will be provided in the future, but they need to be leaders of the communities that learn affecting us as residents of the it's changing a lot of people. The river is we don't see us getting engaged we don't see any more we don't see the variety of fish we used to see before. We don't see any more the varieties of different fish that come out in this river because of the contamination that comes to the industry. You can see the industry is and those are the changes that
It's live. We're live in Rolling Heights, or City of Industry right here at Monterey Park, you guys. Oh, no. We're protesting today. They're trying to put a data center right here. This is the mall I went to when I was a kid. It's sad to see it gone. Have you gone to that mall? No?
other one is Kulos.
Are these the horses up there?
Huh?
Are these the horses that are up there?
No. We came from Avocado Heights.
Oh, Avocado
yeah.
Heights?
Yeah, from Avocado Heights. Yeah,
oh, so you took the trail?
We took the street. We took like Hacienda, and we took the other one, but we might take the trail on the way back.
Does that stress them out, or at this point they're probably more used to it?
What the street?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we do a lot of like urban riding right there. Like we go on Valley Boulevard.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
but it's not like it's not the preference, especially.
We met with California Batistas and my son, and they were the ones that supported us to go and check out the teachers. Were the new teachers.
Okay.
Shake. We're going to go on the street a little bit.
Hey, but we can take the trail back.
Is it your son?
Huh? No, it's just my compa. Yeah. He's my horse trainer's son.
Oh,
yeah. Like he's been there on the ranch. Yeah, yo soy el dueño de esta y este es de mi tío.
Oh, ¿tu tío?
Yeah. Y él también tiene caballo, pero todavía lo están trabajando. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? ¿Cómo estás? Gracias por llegar. What do you think?
Awesome.
It's the energy. Well, you know what? It's the energy coming together.
Yeah.
You know, it's muy importante. Yeah.
You mind if I get a picture of your horse?
Oh, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
You got a moment or?
Yeah. Ask him. Yeah, no, right now. What do you think? What's up?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Great turnout.
Yeah. What's your name?
She does me a favor.
Yeah, I'm good. Samuel Brown, SAMUEL BROWN. Thanks, Gabe. Oh, yeah. They're good, and I'm out.
So, why did it come to you to show up and to rally against
As somebody that's lived in Colorado Heights, where we can take it to tackle environment, successful manufacturing. I believe that we but what we're seeing is that saving food by pursuing and it's very clearly the drive rather than sit down in a very transparent way. They're doubling down and they're moving forward which is exactly what we're doing. So it's not like a surprise for us. However, it does raise questions about, land use in general. How long they're going to allow a city that operates in continue creating these adverse environmental outcomes for our community. And they're not just theoretical. I mean, like this is survivors. She's in religion right now, but there's thousands of stories and just regular quality of life. I mean, ours would have.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. And we have the contaminated groundwater. We have the landfill that we have. There's a host of issues that are presenting themselves. And it makes the question: why have the world walk?
Unless it was
and then clearly there's a very diverse coalition of people. I just feel like that shows the importance of the one community well, I think it's always about, which communities are there have most political content, a lot of it, and it's not and you have that scenario, you have and we have industry has trained on that for many years. And I think it's really clear on the fact that nobody really knows. And every type of media article about these issues, but how we integrated public relations, narrative that they put out, right? But it's so fleeting, right? Given the national outrage that this is unpopular. And, there's no local land use plan in our community, which I think is really troubling because, these data centers should be going to the public and one that was consumer in this case, we're seeing that they're not going through that process. They're doing special meetings. Since 2016, the city industry has special meetings for all these commissions and all those communities inside the city. You have to ask yourself, when a public agency is, 1 out of 3 times, going to special meetings, right, where they only attend and they don't even try to that they want to they don't have to and they violate
touch the dogs. Oh, the dog.
I'll see you later. And what they do is they publish in the newspaper, right? They publish in the newspaper right? And they make a public comment from the campus, when it's the new year, right? They have no interest in getting meaningful education and good communication. That's the problem.
Well, that's why it's so notable to me that a lot of this is skyrocketing the push for this is happening while I've been learning a lot of people come here and they're like immigrants. It's coinciding at the time that immigrants are saying here about teaching us to think that finding is more than coincidental. I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that the industry was allowing to have special locations, including areas of the city like well down. And a normal city, there could be a vehicle or a process to make the therapy take that special that's what the fact is. Of course, really not talking about situation. I think there's really and they don't even pretend I think that our case, the meetings are at 9 every morning on Thursday, right? Who have meetings? But when they don't even allow you to do public comment, then they don't say. I was like they are allowed to put time control, but that's also a big square on this every single meeting. You could barely introduce your name and get to like 4 seconds before you're done with your other conversation, right? So lots of issues there. I mean, civil rights issues, right? And I just think Rob Bonsack has an environmental why aren't they able to do this?
When you mentioned about the Ghana piece, thank you over about the
Brown Act is a law that was created in which, the spirit and essence of the law is to increase transparency and increase the role of the public in being able to provide oversight in public meetings, right? In this case, despite having the Brown Act, right, the remedies that should be available are not readily available to us. And part of the problem with the Brown Act is that the people that file the public meetings against But it means that we're not just activists, we have to also be policy analysts, and we have to do our own, research on it. In the main case, we are scientists, but, we don't have to. They have $1 billion and $600 million on it. Yeah, no.
People love them. I think they're very I was just telling someone, it's like you think you're grown up, and then you see a horse and you're
Well, the other thing too is that it makes it traveling easy. Because we just passed all these residential houses. A lot of people have never seen a horse, right? Yeah. And so it's a great way to be a billboard and say all right, we're going to Savon, join us.
I grew up in Monterey Park. Oh, okay, so I grew up driving on the 605.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's often where the ranches are, right on the side of the freeways, Yeah, man. We'll live in contact, man.
Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you so much.
Hey, you know Clara Hunter?
Yeah.
We did. I tagged along and did a story in Madeira about the
Oh, yeah.
Hi, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, I know, it's been crazy. But I'm gonna jump on and then I just gotta take this photo real quick for La Piñon. Is you're doing it for La Piñon or no?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Hey, jump in right here. Hector, la foto. La Piñon.
Ready? One.
Do I look serious?
No, you're looking.
It's because I'm so somber, so you can smile just contaminated.
One last one?
But huh? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let's go hit the street and then we'll take the truck. Yeah? Por ahí. We're gonna go hit the street. Yeah, my phone, right? You know Dave? He helped with the Ricardo campaign.
Oh, you did? Nice. Councilman in the city of La Puente also. La Puente Valley Municipal Water. So, yeah, I've been elected water 6 years and 12 years, a little over
You did? Oh, North Whittier? South Whittier. Okay. Love it? I'm ready for LA County Civil. So I'm up on the ballot for June 7th.
Can I get a picture?
Yeah.
I already followed you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna hit the street real quick, and then we're gonna probably take the trail back. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I'll send those right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm not sure how you do it. Yo. Is that okay? No sé si on WhatsApp, yeah, WhatsApp. I'm calling you for Alright, thank you. Thank you for the lemon.
Let's give our hands up for Avocado Heights Vaqueros. They rode all the way from Avocado Heights this morning. So my friends and community members, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for listening to my random thoughts. But check on our social media and our website.
Every single data center.
Because like the mayor decided.
Big industrial.
You know, Monterey Park residents came out today in solidarity because some of us for them on their canvassing and their actions over there. That's solidarity. And guess what? A few days ago, the Big Four came about, right? Big Four, City of Industry, Commerce, Vernon, Santa Fe Springs, came together to create the Big Four. And what they're trying to do is compete with Rust Belt states like Texas, Tennessee, to try to get as many of these warehouses, data centers, heavy industries, big commercial companies to move to their cities. I don't know about you, but I didn't hear about this from them. I didn't agree to this. I didn't say they can do that. But they had a summit, they had their nice little snacks, they had a celebration. They're showing their true colors. They don't care about their neighbors. They don't care about us. They care about money, greed. Well, guess what? We can't eat money. We can't eat money. We can't drink money. Here they are, planning projects that damage our watershed, our resources. How many of you experienced a blackout the past year? Monterey Park actually had a blackout at the city hall and several blocks yesterday, I think. And here we are talking about building data centers. The data center in Monterey Park would have used 2 times the entire city of Monterey Park. Do you think our communities can support data centers when so many of us experience blackouts already? Up in Lake Tahoe, they're diverting water resources away from Lake Tahoe back to Nevada. Why? To support the data centers. There's a data center boom up in Nevada. So they're in shambles right now. They're trying to figure out where to get enough water for Lake Tahoe. Because data centers, they can't use recycled water. They can't use they're using drinking water for their cooling systems. And they're using millions of gallons. Yeah. So not only do they use drinking water, they put chemicals, refrigerants in these cooling systems. So everybody that has AC in their car or even a fridge that's a little old, sometimes things leak. Sometimes things break down. And we know these things break down because they happen. Do we want a data center or a battery energy storage system here that could potentially break down, catch on fire, leak refrigerants into our watershed? No! So that's why we're here. We want to be here to say, no data center! No data center! No data center! And City of Industry, you guys suck! Industry, you suck! You guys are a parasite and you literally suck all the resources from our communities. Well, we're here to say, no more! Alright, thanks everybody. Thank you all for being here. I'm gonna take off and start packing. But once again, please follow our social media. If you took photos and you plan to post, please tag us because I didn't take a dang picture. I've been up on this mic and moving stuff all day. So please post on social media, tag us, and most importantly, tag the City of Industry. Let them see how united we are, how loud we are, and the next time they show up at a parade. So just a reminder, Hacienda Heights, their 4th of July parade is back. And who those parades? Elected. So Supervisor Solis has sponsored this parade. She'll likely be riding in this parade. City officials like La Puente, City of Industry, in the past they've rode these beautiful cars on the parade. Well, we may be organizing something for a big welcome for them. So please follow our social media. They bring us no peace, so we're gonna bring them no peace. They bring pollution and bad water quality and noise pollution in our communities, so we're not gonna let them get away with it. So thank you all so much. Once again, please follow our social media. Just because I'm leaving doesn't mean you can get on the streets. Please stay safe, watch each other, stay on the sidewalks because I'm leaving, but the sheriff will still be here. So stay on the sidewalk. Thank you so much. No data center!
data centers! No data centers! No data centers! No data centers!
think there's what's the name? Steiner, a billionaire.